First is not a question. Love you. I also love you. We say love you so often sometimes. If you really love somebody, it's very hard to say that. That's my experience and some other people's experience, that you get pretty speechless if there's a sudden experience of love. But it is a common courtesy to say love you. But when you have real love inside, it pulls you. Love is a pull, not words. And when you're pulled by somebody, can't forget that person, miss that person, that's love. Needs no words. More about it tomorrow. If discovery of self is available to every one of us, then why humanity is not using it more? I don't know. I wish they did. But that's not the pattern of creation. The pattern of creation is to keep this a unique part of the creation of humanity. That's the pattern. It's a pattern. It's not undesigned creation. You can see the design. You can see how they are different people, how the different nationalities, how different languages. It's designed to create more and more of the many. And when there's more and more of the many, designed to be experienced by consciousness, you can't just destroy all of them. It's like saying, I saw that show on the stage, and if all those people are acting there are not real, we are the real viewers, why not destroy the stage? We don't destroy the stage which we have set up ourselves. We, consciousness, has set up the whole stage of experiencing, set up several stages of experiencing. And therefore, the intention is not to wipe it out. Of course, at some time, in the time frame that has been set up, we do destroy everything. And everything is destroyed. This will also be destroyed one day. In India, we call it paralaya, dissolution. That one day, this whole creation will be dissolved, that we can see with our eyes. There's also a mahaparalaya, grand dissolution, when even the higher levels of awareness will be destroyed. That happens. That has happened several times over. It will happen again. We don't want to go to the same show every time. So we set up new stage, a new show every time. So that is why this is so designed that few souls, marked souls, at different times come up. Eventually, all have come from the same origin. All will go back to the same origin. It doesn't mean that others will stay somewhere else. When dissolution takes place, grand dissolution, everybody goes back to the same state. So that is why it's only a part of the play that some in this play, which is created as reality, are able to take the advantage. How many perfect living masters are living on earth today? My great master expressed an opinion on that question. He said, perfect living masters who have risen above the mind are very few. They can be counted on the fingers of the two hands, which amounts to eight or less, existing at this time. And there are more today than there were some time back. There's another one. Where does soul go after death? Soul does not go anywhere. Soul does not come anywhere, does not go anywhere. Soul stays where it is. Experience creates a feeling it has gone somewhere. It's the mind and experience that makes it feel new experience comes, we are there where the experience is. So that is why when we say soul transmigrates to new body, we have a previous life, we come here. We are not talking of soul. We are talking of mind, senses and body. Mostly it's the internal sense perception that travel and looks like they've gone, because space-time is there in all three levels. So they travel from one place to another. Soul is steady in its true home. We are having all the experiences. Can you see previous lifetimes by meditating and going to causal region? Yes. You can see all your previous lives. One more thing about previous lives. They may not exist. You will still see them. You may never have lived them. You will still see them. Why? There's no previous life in the soul. Where did the previous lives come from? Supposing we say, let's take it a physical example. You come for the first time here, and you say you cannot come here in physical body unless you have a previous karma of a previous life. You never had a previous life. You're coming for the first time. But the first life cannot be created under the laws of creation of this universe, of this physical universe, unless we apply the rule of cause and effect. There has to be cause, and therefore there have to be previous lives. Therefore, when we choose our destiny in the causal plane, it's like a DVD being picked up to play. The only difference between playing a DVD is we are separate from the DVD. When we choose this DVD to play a worldly destiny, we become part of one of the actors there. Not part. We just sit in the head of one actor. A DVD still. But to make it more realistic, as real as possible, we don't view from a distance. We go right into any one character and sit in the head of that character, and we think that is ourself, our character. Makes the show wonderful. But it cannot be created without previous lives. So the package that we pick up has a previous life. Previous life can't exist without a still previous life. It is infinite previous lives in the package. Infinite future lives. We come only for one life. But once we start taking it as real, then we go into real next life, real as experiences. So that is why when you go to the causal plane, you can see all the past lives. Some lived in, some notional, which are required to make up one life. Is there another question?